We are now moving on to our next chapter of polynomials, so I'm going to start with some vocabulary. So section 5.1 is talking about multiplying polynomials. So polynomial is the sum, so when you add, of monomials. For example, x plus 5 and 2a squared take away 6ab plus 18b squared. A binomial is a polynomial with two terms. For example, x plus 3, where x is term 1 and 3 is term 2, and 2x take away 5y, term 1 is 2x, term 2 is 5y. We're going to be doing something called the distributive property. So this is a rule that states that a times b plus c will become ab plus ac. So for example, 40 times 20 plus 6 is 40 times 20 and then 40 plus 6. Then you would then multiply and add together as necessary. So I went through the first part of example 1 on my own just to walk it through you guys a little bit more. All right, so we had x take away 3 times 2x plus 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this x and distribute it to these two terms. But first we're just going to break it down into the x take away 3. So we have x times 2x plus 1 and negative 3, since we're subtracting, times 2x plus 1. Now here we're going to go x times 2x, x times 1. And we're adding since this is a positive. Then we have negative 3 times 2x plus negative 3 times 1. Now all you're going to do is multiply these together. So you have x times 2x, so you're going to keep your 2. X times x is x squared, plus 1 times x is 1x. Then we're going to bring in negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. So we're just going to subtract and saying, instead of saying add a negative. And then we're going to go to our negative 3 times 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Bring that down here. Then we're going to combine what are called like terms. So what basically that is that they are both x's and they're not raised to anything, so we can combine those together. So we keep our 2x squared, and then we combine these together. Negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. Keep the x, and then take away 3. Now this next example I'll go through for you guys. So we have x take away 2y times x take away 4y. Following the same steps as before, we're going to go x times x take away 4y, take away 2y times x take away 4y. Then what we're going to do is multiply out. We have x times x, which is x squared, x times negative 4y, which becomes negative 4xy. We like our variables in alphabetical order. Then we're going to go take away, because this is a negative, multiply by a positive. Negative 2y times x becomes negative 2xy. Negative 2y times negative 4y becomes positive 8y squared. This then becomes x squared. We're going to combine these together. So I'll just make a note of that for you. Negative 4 take away 2 is negative 6. Keep our xy, and then plus 8y squared. So that's that example. Now we're moving on to example number 2, where we have another vocabulary word. It's a trinomial. So trinomial is a polynomial with 3 terms. For example, x squared plus 3x take away 1, and 2x squared take away 5xy plus 10y squared. What we're going to do is work through this example together. So just like we did before, we are going to multiply each of these by this. So we have x times 2x squared take away 5x plus 1 plus, since this is positive, 2 times 2x squared take away 5x plus 1. We are going to distribute this x to each of the terms inside of the brackets. So 2x squared times x, 2x, that's like saying x times x squared, where we now know that we add our exponents. So 1 plus 2 is 3, take away 5, x times x is x squared, plus 1x. Make sure you're using your 1 in this situation, it's easier to keep track of. And then we are going to add 2 times 2 is 4x squared. Take away 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10x. 2 times 1 is 2. So now what we're going to do is we are going to combine our like terms. So we're going to keep our 2x cubed. For our for our x squareds, we have a negative 5 and a positive 4. So that means that we're at negative x squared. Now, I'll do a squiggle line under our x's. We have negative 10x and 1. So that means we're at negative 9x. Then we bring down our positive 2. So that is how you multiply a binomial by a trinomial.